Well, welcome back. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Welcome back to another episode of Coov and the Kang. And there's our new episode introduction for our new show, Coovs. What do you think? That's a new intro. Yeah?
It's good. It's good.
It's just pure appropriate, isn't it?
It's good.
That cat that's just beautiful, isn't it? There's just something about a cute little kitten that nobody can deny, right? There's just something about a cute little kitten that nobody can deny. Speaking of cute little kittens, let's introduce our little new friend here to the family. Welcome to the fourth Spurs boy. This is Teddy here, Mr. Theodore. And Theodore has joined us today. And you come right back here. Okay, there you go, buddy. So Teddy's in the house as well for his first episode of Coov and the Kang.
Would you should we have a guess at why he's named Teddy?
Something to do with some guy named Sheringham, something like that. Yeah, apparently
it might be somehow.
Apparently, he's my favorite player, so I guess it was either that or Pluto. So yeah, the kids,
No, it could have been Emerson, couldn't it?
Well, he is royalty.
Well, yeah. No, I see what he did there. I see what he did.
Yes, you see what I did there. Unfortunately, though, I was just about to bring our guests on, and one just had to drop out because he's having internet connections. So, do we just quickly say hi to the people that have joined us up here? Should we do that?
I think so.
He's in the house already. Brush is already here as well. Queen Ellie herself is in the building, and the man that you got to smell what the cough is brewing. The man himself, Benny K, is in the house. Big up, Benny boy. And Leo is in the house from Mile High. Good to see you. Jacob's already up as well. Jacob, well done, mate. Close to it. They almost doubled their subscribers. They're up to close to 1,000 now, and they've established El Paso Spurs. So they've got an official Spurs membership going on over there. So isn't that fantastic? Robbie G is in the house. Man, what's buzzing, cousin? We'll be back on Friday night with another episode of What's Buzzing Cousin. So good evening, Scott. And no, we'll try not to be, Scott. We'll try not to be. Five Guys is in the building as well here. Ryan's in the house as well. So, hey, you like that, Patty? We know you like it. And Swifty's liking it because he's getting hard already there. Right? Lady Welsh is in the house as well. So,
starting to go a bit. You're just starting to lag a bit as well now. We're going to have fun tonight, aren't we? All right, you're coming back slowly. Anyway,
boy.
Yes, it's like that tonight. It's like that tonight.
So,
it's going to be a swift show. We'll wrap up there, shall we?
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Okay, while I can say bye, I quickly will. But let's get our guests on while they're in the background and while we still have connection.
Yeah, so happy 2018.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
Let's bring them on. Bring them on.
It's working. Let's bring them on then. We've got a legend that's been on here a few times before. No stranger to the community, Mr. Brian Dagul from Tottenham on tour himself. Man with the strongest fingers in the game. That's right. Levy's biggest supporter because nobody wants to throw him further than this guy. Welcome, Mr. Dagul. Good to see you, sir.
It is good to see you as well, brother, and Coover, obviously. All good, all good. I think your internet and my internet is being a bit choppy, so we're going to try our best. Yep. It's a pleasure to be back on the show with you and Coover.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, buddy. But we do have somebody making their debut this time, Coovs. We got somebody making their debut sometimes. So please, everybody, join us in welcoming Mr. HazSpur TV himself. Right. Harry, what's up, buddy? Harry from HazSpur TV.
Yeah.
Good to see you, my man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You? How you doing, Bobby?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're
in
doing
Coover,
well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Coover. King Coover.
And Brian.
Anyway.
And Brian.
And Mr. Brian Dagul. Yeah.
That's it, man. So, have you guys enjoyed the game?
Yeah, we won the game, so you can't not enjoy it.
Yeah, so we'll start off right there and everything because we're having shitty internet connections and we are in a bit of a time crunch. Let's just get to it, Coov, shall we? Let's start off here.
2-0, it was good. Here. Let's move on.
Yeah, 2-0. It was good. Okay, so moving on from that point then.
No, go on. Let's do it properly. Let's do it
proper.
Brian,
Okay,
Brian, thoughts on the game, Brian?
Listen, if someone had told me a 2-0 win against Chelsea was coming, I would have bit your hand off before kickoff. It was a very good team performance. There were a couple of people that played very well, but listen, it was, I must say, in all the time I've been supporting and watching Spurs, I have never seen a Chelsea team as bad as that. They've had worse players, but those players would give heart, determination, passion, would know it was a London derby and go for the fight. They were horrific today. We did our job and we did it well, and we deserve the 3 points.
Wait, no. Don't touch buttons.
Yeah,
I'm having internet impressions, and then here this one goes crawling up on the keyboard.
Bobby hasn't heard a word of that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's about football.
I was saying in one of the chats earlier, I thought that it was like Chelsea from the 1990s, but I was wrong. I should have said Chelsea from the 1980s when they got relegated. They were that bad. It's been decades since we've dominated them.
They have
that
nothing
easily.
up front, literally nothing up front.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah. Well, even the they were tidy. They played a little bit of nice passing football in the middle of the field, but not a lot else, was it? Anyway, Haz, what were your thoughts on the game overall?
The first half was quite boring, as you guys said. But I never felt like Chelsea were going to score. Like I said, everyone knows they don't have a striker, so it kind of showed. And I just think we took our chances, and the game was over. Even at 1-0, and I wasn't that scared they were going to score. And then we got the second, the game was over at that point. So, yeah, there was there were some standout performances. I mean, we've got Cafu on the right now, so yeah.
Cafu, yeah. the Brazilian Doherty.
Yeah, Brazilian Doherty.
Yeah, it's an interesting one overall because who's going to love beating Chelsea? That's what it is at the end of the day.
I mean, we had to score against them as well at some point. I mean,
yeah, true. But that's shocking as Chelsea were.
Cougar, we had someone on the fan show in the comments on the fan show on We Are Tottenham TV, and he said that he was sitting with his 1-week-old son watching that game, and what a way to come into this world with our record against Chelsea.
Yeah, he's obviously
to say that your 1-week-old son has seen a win against Chelsea. What a wonderful world this can be at some points.
Absolutely. Or it could get them supporting the club, in which case they're in for a terrible life. Same as us.
really screw up their childhood. Scar them properly.
Anyway, there were some big talking points from the game, weren't there? Well, one in particular. Isn't that right, Bobby?
There was a specific one, and I think it had something to do with this incident here.
It did. So, it was all a bit confusing, wasn't it? And a big waste of time and huge VAR involvement. However, that was probably the highlight of the first half, I thought.
I think so.
There really wasn't a lot of excitement, goal action anyway.
No, on either side, though, to be fair.
What a mess, though. Well, I mean, talk us through it. What was your view of the VAR?
Oh, my God. Absolute fucking shambles. Honestly, fucking shambles. Like, he gives the red, and then suddenly everything stops. And then he goes to watch the monitor, but I'm like, but he's already made a decision. And I think what weirds me out the most, right, is he saw the decision right in front of his face. So I'm like, how can you change your mind when you literally saw it right in front of you?
When you saw it, yeah. And didn't he initially pull out the red, or was that after his conversation with the linesman?
No, I think he initially pulled it out, if I remember. And then... Yeah.
Well, Jesh, it's Sunday.
It's just a farce. Honestly, VAR is just a farce. I just don't understand. Because I can understand, right, if the incident took place like behind him or something, or like even further away on the pitch, I can understand it. But it literally happened in front of his face. So how can you rescind this decision?
His own decision, yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. And loads of people sitting next to me just like went in to get their beers at half time instead of watching the VAR incident. And I sat there just I'm waiting out. It was like, when this shit is over, we'll come back, basically. And it was just like, do you know what I mean? VAR is just a joke. Honestly, it's just a joke.
I think I'll disagree with this comment. That ref was so close he could have hit Emerson himself. I think it should have read, that ref was so close he should have hit Emerson.
Should have hit Emerson.
Should have hit Emerson.
But no, Emerson did okay, didn't he? He's found a bit of form at last. All it took was us spending 40 million quid on another player. As mentioned earlier, he's now he's a new father, isn't he?
Yes.
Is he
That's obviously put a spring in his step. He's enjoying himself, and it's showing. He's all over the pitch like a rash. He might not be the greatest player in the world, but my God, energy levels and effort and commitment, can't knock him for it.
Some of his turns today were just like really, really good. Like
which is great. Usually gives us turns.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm watching a different player now. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Brian, what did you make of the whole VAR controversy, if we can call it that?
Yeah, I mean, for me right now, we were talking about this, me and Marlon. It's the technology is there, but the people using it are incompetent. I would love it if they got rid of the refs and said professionals are watching it. Yeah, it's okay to have the refs for the rules and to get to the nitty-gritty, but these decisions are just absolutely ridiculous. They really are. I mean, first of all, Emerson going down like he got decked by Mike Tyson. Really, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, but everybody does that, Brian, now.
No, they do, but I hate it when it happens with our players or others. Literally, he hits him, and then he took a few steps. Then he realised. He went, "Oh my God, I'm so hurt." I hate seeing that. When it happened, I had my Spurs hat on, and I was like, "It's a red, it's a red, it's a red." But when you do look back at it, it hits his shoulder, and then the ricochet onto his. It's just ridiculous how long it took. It was a loophole that he didn't look at it. He listened to what his refs were telling him at Stockley Park, sent him off because then he can go look at it. Went to look at it, and then if every referee goes, "Oh, that's an interesting loophole," we could be having 6 sending offs every half, and literally injury time will be back like the World Cup. So VAR has got to be looked at. You look at it in the World Cup and the Euros, it runs like a dream. Absolute dream. And then you get to England and we're clueless. So the technology is there. These referees they need to get ex-professionals in there. They really do, because it's getting beyond the joke.
Yeah, I hate the fact that we're always told things like it's going to be used to overrule clear and obvious errors. But it seems like it's the guiding rule for all decisions at the moment. It's crazy. I'm totally in the camp of get rid of VAR. It's an instrument of evil. I'd prefer to have just good referees. There was nothing wrong with shouting obscenities at the referee and the linesman in the good old days. We should get back to that and show how we've evolved as people.
I think this ref was wearing a Chelsea shirt, though, to be honest, but it's on his decision.
Yeah. I have to add to that, Cooper. Any other time against Chelsea, we would have been going mad because 10 men would have suited us down to the ground. But they were so shocking with 11, it probably helped us. It probably helped them play to what they were doing rather than go all defensive. So the ref being a pillock and sending him off and then taking it, rescinding it, probably helped us.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let's face it. In the beginning, VAR was pretty good to us, wasn't it? Our Champions League run against Man City and things like that. It's often been our man of the match, but it doesn't seem to be that nowadays. It's more of a hindrance. It's more like VAR's like an Eric Dyer contract extension, I think.
Oh my God.
You don't want it, but it's inevitable, isn't it? The agony goes on.
Thank God I got my headset on and Big K didn't have to hear that.
Oh no, you would have had a lot of problems with that.
To be fair, he had another decent game today. He always does well when he doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Havertz was just doing nothing, really. So, yeah.
Correct.
There we go.
Correct. All the players did their job. You look at it when Lloris was out, and everyone was getting nervous about Fraser Forster, especially after Leicester. West Ham, Chelsea, 2 clean sheets, and he's had a couple of saves to make, and he's done it. So it was a very, very good team performance again, and got the job done.
I have to admit, I feel a lot more comfortable with Forster in goal than I do with Lloris.
He actually didn't look too bad today. He was only really called into action, twice?
Twice.
Once it was right at him, pretty much. So, Sterling could have done a lot better with his shot. But then you've already touched on that point. That just shows the lack of the forward, and it's hurting them. But when we're complaining about saying Chelsea's lacking forward, well, they got a Aubameyang, don't they?
Yeah. Who Potter clearly doesn't
72,000 other players that they bought this January.
Strange that they didn't bring him on when they've conceded a goal and they need to chase the game, and they just haven't got a natural number 9. I think most of us would have risked Aubameyang on. If I can say his name properly.
Boomerang.
Finding his name as difficult to pronounce as he is to control his hair, I think. That's another story.
But Kuva, to be fair, if his game made a comeback the way his hair has, he'd be a much better player.
That's true. He's got something up front, but Chelsea haven't.
What you've got to remember with this transfer as well is Tuchel brought him in because he had him at Borussia Dortmund and knew how to control him, how to get the best out of him, how to use him, and then within a matter of weeks, see you later.
It was 2 weeks he got sacked. Yeah, 2 weeks later he got sacked. Yeah.
Poor Chelsea, eh? Poor Chelsea.
Poor Chelsea. My nose bleeds for them.
Exactly.
But anyway, I think you summed it up there saying it was a good, solid performance, wasn't it? It wasn't anything flash. Got the job done. They were poor, and we did everything as we were supposed to. I think we'll go on to the player ratings in a little bit. I don't know when we're going on to that, actually.
Yeah, you want to get into that? We can do that right now if you want, buddy. We can do the gold standard right now. Yeah, why not? If Kuva wants to do the gold standard, then let's do the gold standard. Well, it's very simple, gentlemen. It's time for the gold standard. Kuva is going to bring up the player names. We do just the starting 11. You guys give your ratings. Kuva will give his rating, and then we'll see what my dear friend Mr. Alistair Gold had to give in terms of his rating.
Okay.
I see what you did there now.
Yeah, you like that, eh? The gold standard?
No,
you like
thinking,
that,
if we call it the gold standard or the gold rating, and then we get thumped, that's not really the gold, but now I get it. Very good.
Yeah, not bad. See, sometimes the hamster gets on the wheel the odd time, yeah. I have those moments once every 10 or 15 years. Yeah, they're not bad. So, yeah, Kuva will give you, everybody will go through, give his ratings, and then we'll compare them to what Mr. Gold had to give, of course, my good friend Ali, and there will be a point to when you can get closer to fulfilling the gold standard. So, gentlemen, Koovs, are you ready to get going with them?
Oh, I'm indeed ready. So,
start right here then.
So, I think generally speaking, he was pretty tidy, wasn't he? But let's go. Haz first. Rating out of 10, please.
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that, or just?
Oh, I thought you were just saying that. Okay.
Whatever you want.
It was just pretty solid. Made the saves when he had to make them. Like I said, I feel a lot more comfortable with him in goal than Lloris. I think he seemed to bring a calmness to our defense, unless it's a coincidence. But yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, fair. Brian,
I was going to give him a 7. I was, because the shots that he had to save were pretty much straight at him. But I'm going to mark him up to the 8, like Haz did, only because we're so worried about him, like we saw at Leicester, being so big and not in his prime, getting down to things. The interception he made when it could have been a penalty, when he came rushing out, that had to be timed to perfection in case we would have been in big, big trouble. So for that... No, do you know what? Do you do 0.5s here, or is it just flush set numbers?
I think we can do 0.3s or 0.7s if you like.
You can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. No, do you know what? I'm going to stick with a 7.
7.5 it is.
I like Scott M's rating here. Koovs, what do you think of Scott M?
5.
Mine is 5.
Minus
-5.
Is it a -5? With Scott, I'm going
surely
to.
just a
No, I
five.
think that's boss.
No, knowing Scott, it's got to be -5.
Yeah,
No, that's a
for
five.
Scott, that's
5 is like
Scott's-
a gold star performance, super high.
that's right. It is.
Cross
5 is a good one from Scott, isn't it?
If I was going to say, if Forster scored a hat trick
Yeah.
playing goalie, then maybe Scott would give him a 5, right? Maybe.
Maybe.
You know? But a lot of 7s and 6s are 7s is pretty much the big one here. There, right? Good evening, Nick. Good to
Big
see
up,
you,
Nick.
my mate. Athelstan's gone with an 8 here, and Athelstan gave him an 8.74. So Big Bob is in the house already. Big up, Bob. Good to see you, my man. And there's a regular 5. Sorry,
Your
He is an awful
arms are
player.
very, very pliable, aren't they, Bobby?
Yeah, it's amazing what I can do with them, right? Is there any reason you're sticking your thumbs in my live show? We're live, son.
I'm not.
No, we are. I know you're not. Go away. Seriously.
He's got a nose for cameras.
Well, he's just had a sugar rush.
He may well do. But any change of chairman's a good one, eh?
Yeah, that's true.
You're on fire, Coover.
That probably should be. For my player rating, obviously,
What did you give him?
was a 10 out of 10. It was a biblically epic performance, up there with the greatest Banks performance of all time. Schmeichel rolled into one, didn't concede a goal. Who would have seen that coming? I think he probably needs a statue by himself just for that.
Definitely.
Over the entrance to the ground. You've got to walk between his legs because it's the only time anything's ever going to get past him. I think we're looking at the man, the legend now, clearly. So let's see what Alistair Gold's got. I mean, obviously, he's going to agree with me.
He actually agreed with Athelton.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Okay. Alistair Gold's wrong then. That's okay.
So
that's
clearly, I'll have to have a chat with him. Sorry, I forgot to call him last week or 2 weeks ago when we had that incident. But I'll message him. I'll message him for you. Alistair, come on.
Okay.
We got to get a little bit more in sync here. On to Romero there, Cooves.
We are on to Romero. Let's start with Brian.
Romero.
Let's start with Brian this time.
I am going to give him an 8. I think not only with the emergence of Royale in this new position has brought the best out of him. I think Romero being able to focus on his game the whole time and not have to worry what Royale is doing has certainly made an impact. His bite and his tackle and his aggression is back. And he keeps getting forward as well. So I am going to give Romero an 8.
Seems good. Has Romero?
I'm giving Romero a 9. Yeah, like his shithousery. I think like his aggression today was very controlled compared to before, and every tackle he made, he got the ball. I don't care what anyone says. And just he's just improving every game. Yeah, I'm with Carl with that number 9. I think he was brilliant today. Yeah, doubled up on the sides when he needed to. He did everything.
Well, he must have done really well because Scott's giving him an 8.
Oh wow!
Well, I think you're all
just for you, Carl.
There we go.
Yeah, you're all wrong though. I thought it was a 0. He was just clattering into people and making them lose the ball. It was terrible to watch. He stopped almost everything exciting Chelsea were trying to do. That's not good at football, is it? It's supposed to be a spectacle, isn't it? Then he'd run up the pitch with the ball occasionally. And
pass it.
It's like Chelsea were, he'd pass it to another player on our side.
On our
That's
team.
not end to end, is it?
No,
he doesn't know what he's doing. A terrible performance, shocking. I think he needs to be first out the door when we change managers.
Yes, 100%.
So,
Roden,
zero at best.
Yeah, bring back Roden and get rid of this guy, man. Honestly.
Absolutely.
100%.
Big up the
Like,
Rodon.
Yeah.
Yes.
10-year contract to Dyer.
Big fan.
Big up the Rodon. Big up the Rodon.
Let's see what silly score Alistair Gold's given then. So I know he's wrong as well.
Well, if you know Scott gave a super high score like an 8, you know Ali's can only give him one thing.
A 10.
You gave him a 10, really?
Gave him a 10.
Wow.
Okay, Ali Gold,
Gave him
Ali
a
Gold,
10.
as much as I love him, has got a little bit excited. A little bit excited. This isn't fluent Chelsea of the Conte, Mourinho,
A lot of
and when they
people
were in their
here were
peak years. This is
Ancelotti.
a bang average Chelsea.
yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
I don't see
eight
how
and
he's
a
got a
halves,
10.
9, 7s.
I don't see how he gave a 10.
That's mad. I think 10's too much.
Says the man that gave him a 9.
No, he's not a 10.
Yeah, but that's not 10. I gave him 9.5.
That's right. It's like
Hey, big
it's
up, man.
like
Good to see ya.
what's his name? Bob Mortimer, when he's saying about why Bob Mortimer. Somebody says, "Why are your teeth so bad?" And he says, "Well, it's because I used to have 17 sugars in my coffee." And I went, "What?
18.
17?" He goes, "Why 17?" And he goes, "Well, because 18 would have been too sweet."
That was on Would I Lie to You, where
That's
Bob
just
Mortimer
ridiculous.
is the king.
He really is. Yeah. Everything he says is unbelievable, but it's still true.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But anyway, yeah, okay. So I've got those scores down. Who are we on to next?
We are on to now. We are on to your favorite.
Oh, yay. Yeah.
Your favorite. Your favorite.
Mr. Dyer.
Minus scores are allowed.
Okay.
Minus scores are allowed. Yes. Coop, why don't you give your rating first on this one?
Mr. Dyer.
Mr. Dyer. Mr. Eric Dyer.
I thought he just stood back and let the game flow. It was perfect. 10 out of 10, easily.
Stayed back and watched the game.
Yeah,
Didn't interfere.
exactly. If there's an attack building, just let it happen. That's what the fans want to see. Goals, isn't it? He's your man for goals, usually.
End-to-end stuff. Yeah.
Not the only thing I think let him down today is I didn't see enough pointing. Usually he could drill a hole in a piece of wood with his finger by the end of the game. But today I thought, no, a little bit off his pointing game. He wasn't on point.
He wasn't on point.
Yeah, so I'm still give him a 10 out of 10 because
you tell him.
It was...
So this is what Kuva's saying. You wasn't on point. You have to point more. Point. That's it, buddy.
This is a desperate attempt for ratings getting this.
This is completely, yes, it is. Is it working? Is it working?
Yeah.
Well, I tried using the kids. That didn't work. We only got 600 subs. I thought
I've actually gone and subscribed now.
I think I did too. Oh wait.
Right. Okay. So anyway, Brian, Eric Dyer.
Yeah, I'm matching bad. I'm giving him a 7, and I'm doing this for a reason. I think Romero was the best defender, and I gave him an 8. So what I was impressed with Dyer today was his aerial ability. At corners coming in and everything, he's normally, for a man his size, is normally a little bit suspect with balls in the air, and I think he dealt with them very, very well, and got the assist obviously for Kane's goal. So the only reason I'm marking him at a 7 is I think Romero was better today. So a solid 7, and he did well. Listen, he's done well. He did the job against West Ham, clean sheet, and it's another clean sheet today. So as much as I don't want him to sign a contract, I'm not going to just bash him and criticise him just for the point of it. It's a 7.
Fair enough.
And has
6.
6.
Because he didn't do much of anything. He didn't have much to do. He didn't do his usual howlers, so I can't give him like a 2, because if he did his usual howlers, he gets 2s and 1s from me normally every week. So he's getting a 6 for his assist as well. Otherwise, I would have given him a 5. Yeah, that's my 6.
Well, it's kind of almost like it's this comment here from AE that's he had a good game for his standards.
Summed it up.
It's just basically saying he had a good game because he didn't make any of his usual mistakes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that the standard we're getting to rating players with now?
That's the thing with Dyer, though, isn't it? When he doesn't make mistakes, he can look really good.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he does make those mistakes that makes him so frustrating.
Yeah.
Let's remember with this as well. Chelsea offered absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't think our back three would have had an easier 90 minutes in a long, long time.
Actually, Stuart, we tried to do both. So what we do is we get the panel to give their ratings, and then what I've done is gone and got Alistair's ratings already, and then we just kind of do a little comparison at the end there to see how close everybody was and what the points total was there at the end. And the points really don't matter. There's no prize. There's really just bragging rights, Coof. Is that about it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Cult status, maybe. Cult status.
Oh, nice. That's actually well played.
I did the clean version of that, by the way.
Okay. Oh, that's not an L. Oh, sorry. Where were we?
Yeah. Only if you lose.
So let's see what he gave him, shall we?
We shall.
He was generous again.
Ali Gold was
9.
Ali Gold has been on the boat. Ali Gold had been using the media room for light refreshments, shall we say?
Light, probably a lot more than light.
I should get a light refresher.
Disgraceful.
I should get a light.
So I was actually closer with my 10 out of 10 than either of you. Do you realise that?
True.
Wow.
Very true.
I'm trying to lose this. I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. On to Longley.
Ryan should have no problem pulling his finger out. They get loads of exercise.
Oh,
they do.
I think they pulled themselves out in their sleep.
They did.
Do you want to finish player ratings, or should we take our usual half hour?
We'll take a little break and then come back to player ratings because the excitement level is just too much at the moment.
It's too much. So we're on Longley, and that means we've got to come back and do the rating for Longley. Is that correct? That's where we're going to be then. But does it really matter? Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think? Where do you want to start when we come back?
Oh, come on. Let's do Longley. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up now. It's game time.
You heard the
That's
man.
brilliant.
You know the way it is.
I'll shut up.
It doesn't matter how many.
Shut yourself up, Kuva. That's right.
Doesn't matter how many times you see that. It's still gold.
It's perfect because the ending. It's game time.
That should be. They should put that in the Spurs
remade.
dressing room before the game.
Oh my God! Talk about pure motivation for them. You're telling me Harry Kane would bang a hat trick every game? Harry would bang a hat trick every game if that was his inspirational video to start the day. But you did hear the man. It is game time. We're going to play a little game called Decisions. I'm going to give you guys an option. You guys are going to yell it out at the same time. Yell out your answer. Kuva will be listening for your answers. The speed of your answer and the option of your answer based on if he likes it or not, how fast you answer. If he wants to give you bonus points, if he likes your sweater, if his bowel movements were solid today, all of that stuff affects your points and how you get them. So, gentlemen, Are you ready for decisions?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Very much.
There you go, guys. It is time here, shall we? Number 20. There we go. Give up one. Cell phone for a week or no bathing for a week?
No bathing.
No bathing.
Okay. All right.
We got some dirty bastard friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some dirty bastards for friends, man. Buy one. Used towels or used underwear?
Used towels.
Used towels, yeah. Used towels.
What kind of question's that?
I don't know.
Well, it depends whose underwear, doesn't it?
It does, really. You want to see who it is. What does it depend whose towel? But either way, they're both dirty. Did they both say towel or underwear? They both said towel.
Towel.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. I figured one might say underwear and we'd catch it and then we can clip this shit and make fun of it later, right? But it is where it is.
We'll edit it.
Pick a David. Beckham, Williams, David Bowie, or David Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff.
I said Ginola. You didn't even give me that option. Beckham.
No, we'll accept Ginola. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, all right.
No,
I'm thinking
with
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
okay. So
the end of the question was for left wing and an all-time Spurs 11.
Oh, it's fine. Hasselhoff will do a job.
We'll do it in his Baywatch Speedo.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Nice. And then he can run like Dyer, super slow-mo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry, Jay. Would you want to be super smart or super beautiful?
Super smart.
Super smart.
Wait a minute. Luckily, some of us have both.
There you go. Yes, cool. But, you know, we can't brag, baby. You can't brag. You know, we got to be nice for our guests, you know. To where were we here? Choose one musician to listen to forever. Elton John or the Beatles?
Oh,
Elton John.
oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think
Jesus
I might.
Christ was not an option.
No, not accepting
Yeah,
Jesus. Nice try, though.
Just Elton.
Ginola will accept, but Jesus, that's just too big of a card to play.
Just Elton. Just.
Jesus is even before vinyl. Oh, mind you, you could probably get him on a tablet, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's a good one.
You want to speak every language or be able to speak to animals?
To animals.
Oh no, speak every language.
Okay, Cooves. Would you rather be smart?
Okay, yep.
Would you rather be smart or funny?
Funny. Or is it to Cooves or us?
So you two are the only ones playing.
No, smart.
Funny.
Smart.
Would you rather get away with every lie that you tell or know when someone is lying to you?
No, when someone's lying to me. Yeah.
Would you rather play football with Harry Kane or Jimmy Greaves?
Harry Kane.
Jimmy Greaves.
Pick a singing partner. Beyonce, Madonna, Cher, or Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston.
Oh, that's a tough one. Beyonce, just because she's going to Tottenham, so you know.
Because you want to know if she'll put a ring on it. Yeah, we know. I should have thrown Adele in there, I guess. That's all of them, Cooves. How'd they do?
Yeah, looking at the scores, I'll have to dock them all the points they'd accumulated because they went for the option of knowing when somebody's lying to you rather than getting away with everything you say being a lie. Because you'd be the greatest person on earth if you just said everything you wanted and everybody believes it.
And everybody believes you. It's like that movie, The Invention of Lying. Did you ever see that with Ricky Gervais?
Yeah,
great movie. Great movie.
I just can't respect the honesty bit in your answer there. I think bullshit the world and you'll be better for it.
Yeah.
Greatest man that ever lived because I say so. That'll be great.
Carl, super smart because he's damn hot.
You are.
So no, I think if I'm not quite so harsh, I'm going to just edge Brian with that one. I'm sorry, Haz, but your answers I just found wholly unacceptable.
There was.
On a human level, it was very disappointing, mate. Try harder, please.
Yeah, well, this should get him some bonus points right here. Because he did pick Beyonce, so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Probably do with a towel for that afterwards.
Nippin, yeah, maybe in a little bit there, buddy, when we get back into the Chelsea stuff after the player ratings, buddy. We're just with the game mode right now. We're having a tight show tonight, buddy. Unfortunately, you got people got to get in and out of here quickly tonight. So let's get back into the player ratings then, shall we, Cooves? We were here, I believe.
Everybody's favourite player.
Everybody's
Clement Longley. Haz, let's start with you after you've got to try and redeem yourself off that horrendous round.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to do an Ali Gold. I'm giving him a 7. Longley. I thought we did a job. He looked a bit better the past couple of games, but nothing special. So, yeah, 7 seems about right.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair. And Brian.
Nothing more I can really say to that. Listen, the back three had 2 games together, 2 clean sheets, a little bit of normality and a little bit of consistency with them. He did what he had to do. Like I said again, Chelsea never ever troubled us. The defence had the easiest game. You could have had Davinson Sanchez, Tanganga in there. They would have had nothing to do.
Oh, that's a bit far, man. That's a bit far.
They were that poor. So I'm giving him a 7.
Were they that poor or we just that frigging unbelievably awesome?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been drinking the Ali Gold juice.
It's his catnip shit, man. Now I know why these guys like it.
I think to be fair, lads, this particular one, Longley, it was a team performance, wasn't it? We were just solid throughout. It's hard to give anybody a bad rating. but he is French, so I gave him nothing.
0 out of 10.
Absolutely. They're not getting away with it. Sorry.
Does someone get anything between 0 and 10? Is it just 0 or 10?
I have to say, I can't wait for Ali Gold, because if he gave Romero a 10 and Dyer a 9,
he must have given him like a 9 for Longley or something.
He'll give him an 8, won't he?
Yeah.
We'll soon see.
Yeah, Nippon gave him an 8 as well here, and Nippon would be right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nippon would be right. And just quickly, I want to say, Nippon, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do tonight, but if you want to message me, buddy, I'm off tomorrow. You and I could just do a little half-hour wrap-up show and give our thoughts to each other regarding the game, my man. So we could definitely just do that, right? So Kuva just spit and farted that. What? At the same time? Jacob's seriously one multi-talented guy.
Yeah. He should have a channel.
He should. And he's beautiful. On to the man of the hour.
Yeah.
Let's start off with Brian this time.
Brian this time? Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm giving him an 8. Whatever has happened to him since the Fulham game, whoever's idea it was to put him as this kind of introverted right back, so when we're in attack he's kind of central, has proven to be a masterstroke. Yeah. He got wide a couple of times and put in a couple of crosses which were woeful. But you know what? Listen, I'm one of the people that have given Emerson the toughest of toughest times. And the only reason he's getting an 8, like Romero, is there is someone that I am going to mark higher. I'm trying to do this based on who I know my man of the matches and what I'm giving them. And I don't want to be like Alistair Gold and go crazy. I love you, Ali, but you've been crazy this evening. So I'm sticking with an 8. But I tell you what, long may this continue, because whatever is happening, whenever he's on the ball right now, I'm not nervous at all. So that's only been since the Fulham game. Not saying he could revert back to type, but he is now putting in performances that need to be highlighted and credited, because we're very quick to snap and go, oh, shit, oh, look what he did, blah, blah, blah. So 8 for me. And also, he wouldn't have got a 9 because of that falling over like a pansy when he was trying to get Ziyech sent off. So a solid 8.
Yeah.
Nippon, I don't know if you guys know, he's a big Chelsea fan actually, and he's saying he's giving him a 9, and you know Nippon, and he's giving him a 9 and saying that he was able to keep the attackers quiet there. So
I think
Chelsea had an attack.
Yes, Emerson was one of those.
Yeah. That's what made Dyer look good.
Yeah. Last few games, I think this is probably one of his best in the last few. He's really up to gear since becoming a new dad and having the competition. If you spend £40 million on another player, you get a good player in Emerson all of a sudden. Yeah. He was all over the pitch. I quite like this role. It's like a free roaming wing back. And he's getting stuck in. He's got energy. He's got aggression. He's full of running for his teammates, trying to join in with the attacks more than ever. He's getting a little bit better when he does go forward, a little bit. Defensively, he's got better as well. He's a real nuisance for the opposition, which I definitely like. So, I mean, it would be unfair to give him anything less than an 8. So I gave him a 4.
A 4? I was going to give him a 10, but...
You talked me into it. 10 it is.
I'm giving him a 10, so I don't care. I'll give him a 10.
Well, okay.
That's your second 10, isn't it?
No, that's my first 10.
Okay.
Shall I tell you why? Because, honestly, Emerson dealt with all 3 of them. Mudryk, Felix even played on the left for a while. Ian Sterling had them all in his pocket. And not just that, I think Emerson's playing with a swagger right now. I've never seen him play like this. And it's just, he was doing pirouettes around the Chelsea players today. He was influential in even Skip's goal because he had the shot initially. He's linking up Kulusevski so well. He's in midfield, he's outside, he's everywhere. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Best player of the past 3 games for me. This is someone who hated him a month ago.
Is Nick holding you at gunpoint?
I was going to say, is this Nick or Haz? Because I know Nick was going to come last week, and then so I don't know if maybe Nick sent his answers to Haz and said, say this when they ask you this question. Nick, is that you?
He's in the
Scooby-Doo. Pull your mask up.
He's in the curtains.
I was wondering why the curtain was moving, man. What is that big bulge? Oh, never mind.
Just pleased to see you.
Just very happy to see you. It's not his recorder. So shall we see then what Mr. Gold did there?
No, let's leave this one a complete mystery.
All right, we'll leave this one a mystery. Going on to Skip then.
How about Davies?
All right, he's 8.
He's an 8. He gave him an 8.
Okay.
And yeah, we are on to Davies actually. What do you mean? Don't me.
Davies. All right. Ben Davies. Brian, what do you make of Ben Davies today?
I'm giving him a 7. I'm giving him a 7. Do you know what? Since he's taken this role, and he did it against West Ham as well, we all knew Perisic is splitting opinions. Offensively, Perisic has got it, but he's been off point. But defensively, he's been a liability. Ben Davies has played left back there before, and we were all worried about what he'd be like in the last 2 games. He offers us a lot more defensive security than Perisic.
Yes.
Positional. He's nowhere near him going forward. But I think Emerson had a higher influence on the game, and I gave him an 8. So for that reason, Davies is getting a very respectable 7.
Fair. Haz, what did you make of Mr. Davies today then?
Oh, the steady Eddie, the player who plays wherever he's told to play, he's getting a 7. I've been pleasantly surprised with his performances on the left wing, if you want to call it left wing back. He's done all right, nothing bad, nothing good, and you have to give him credit for playing in that position because I don't think that really suits him. And I'm just giving him a 7. So yeah. He's done all right, steady Eddie. No, Davies. It's not much to comment on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. I don't think he had a particularly spectacular game or anything.
He does
but
his
that's
job,
him, isn't he? He's just a consistently 7 guy, right? So
yeah,
it's hard not to give him a 7. In every
It
game.
is very hard not to give him a 7, so I gave him a 10. Because obviously we beat Chelsea 2-0, and what are you people like? Some credit for our players, please. They are fantastic.
Unbelievable. Big mate, thanks
He
for
did
joining
that. He did in the first half in particular. He did that run where he came out of the tunnel and he was straight onto the pitch. No messing about. I like to see that in a wing back. That's thinking ahead. He knows where the pitch is. he knew which end he was going to be. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
And he knew which way the team was going this time.
Faultless. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dismount at the end was great as well.
I mean, his passing back is unbelievable. It's actually unreal.
That's what we're supposed to do, Stuart.
He was unbelievable, the passing back. He went back to 1973 at one point, I thought. But yeah, let's see if Alistair agrees with me. I'm sure he will. Oh, are we doing some of the comments? Some of the comments. Stuart saying Davies 7.
Scott gave him 4.
That's a blinder for Scott.
Yeah, that's a good score, isn't it?
What did he do then? It's not Alfonso Davies, is it?
I think Scott's mixing it up, and he's giving 1 to 5 star ratings.
5 star,
and that's why he's got a 4.
Well, let's see what Alistair gave him, shall we?
Oh.
Gave him a 7. So the one thing that you guys can all actually agree with Alistair on.
So this was before he got drunk, I guess. Okay, all right.
This must have been, it was still, he was still sober when he started here. So Coombs is off the chain tonight, Ben. That's why. He's in form, man. Let the man go. Let the man loose.
I like to give some balance and accuracy to this show.
All right, hold on one second. I got to address this with Stuart. Stuart, that's called cheating. Stop cheating. Just give your own damn player rating, and then we compare it to Alistair's.
Yeah,
that's how we play the game.
Yeah,
you don't need to cheat in here.
That's a yellow card, but we'll do a VAR on that in a minute.
Yeah, you're lucky I like you
You
so
might
much,
be. You
Stuart.
might be leaving. You might be leaving.
So here we are, buddy. On to Skippered. Who did score a sensational goal. Coobs, why don't you start with this guy?
Yeah, I'm just catching up on my scores there. Skippy, he was all right, wasn't he? Run about a bit. He did a nice clearance that luckily the net stopped it from going into the stands like the usual efforts do. But nothing really caught the eye, did it? Nothing to celebrate about him, was there? Nah. The second half, way the second half started.
I didn't even know he was on the pitch.
Exactly. Running into the crowd, celebrating like he'd scored a goal.
Yeah, and a nice goal at that.
Yeah, I'd say sensible rating. I think I'll probably give Skip a 10.
Yeah.
That's 10 out of 10. Yeah,
10 out of 10. No, it's like a 5 for him because
okay.
He's just coming back from injury, really, isn't he? Yeah. Ease him into it.
It's Scott giving him a 6.
Skippy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Like the comments, I think 8 for me. Brilliant goal. I think he's stepped up since Bentancur's been injured. I think he's been brilliant. I was quite afraid of him today, but he just done his job, scored his goal. Tottenham boy, you can't ask for more, really.
Yeah.
Brian.
This is the one player that's getting a 9 from me. I think he was absolutely superb. If you think about it, as a Spurs fan, born and bred, the amount of times you think, if I score my first goal, how I want it to be, who I want it to be against. I don't think, apart from a last-minute winner in the North London derby, I think a banger against Chelsea would be right up there. And like has said, after Bentancur got injured, we got extremely worried having Højbjerg have to play with Skip and Sarr. The Milan game together, they were fantastic. And he's some pressure. I mean, Ollie Skip, before he got injured last season, I thought he was incredible. But then obviously our medical team got hold of him and he's been off the boil. But I was surprised he started against West Ham, but apparently Sarr had a little knock and I was like, oh, here we go. But the last 2 games, his anticipation for seeing a tackle is extraordinary. And for me, he was the best player on the pitch, and it's an easy 9 from me.
Fair enough. What have we got in the chat? Bob Spurs joined us. He said Skippy's a 7. Skip Inderjeet.
Got a few different names for him here. Ben's giving him an 8 out of 10, saying he's doing decent here. Scott went with gave him a 6, of course. Scott's being super generous tonight. Roy gave him an 8 as well. Carl gave him an 8, 9 over here for Patty, and Jacob gave Stuart a orange card for cheating with the Ali Gold.
I think
the answers.
That's fair.
Yes,
It's fair.
that's unbelievable.
Thin ice,
straight orange.
Thin ice.
He is. You know what? But he's got kind of like he's got a pretty base foundation made that he does have a few get out of jail free cards already given to him. So we got to let this one slide. Yeah. We'll talk about it later. If you're really upset, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, Stuart. I don't know where you live, but if I did, I'd be sending you a very sternly worded letter indeed.
An email is coming your way, Stuart.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. My man Sanjay.
No.
Writer extreme.
Letter. You need to go old school with people like Stuart, otherwise they don't learn.
I was just going to get Sanjay to write him an email. You know how effective his emails are.
Yeah, true.
Sanjay drops an email on somebody, man. You better change your ways. Look at Bob, man. Look at poor Bob, what he's going through. You know, his whole life has changed. You know, his concept of being has been altered. It's amazing. But you know what else is true? Brian's score on Mr. Skip. So well deserved. I think that's pretty much what everybody was saying. 8s and 9s, 8s and 9s. So was earned. It was earned. So on to HazSpur.
We'll go for Brian first.
HazSpur.
My people know I I love Højbjerg for what he does on the pitch, as well as his mentality and everything off it, and his reliability and dependency. He did a lot with Skippy today. He did a lot.
He did a lot with him.
This partnership is the one that was working last season before Bentancur. He has an understanding with him.
Yeah,
he did what he had to do. Couple of nice passes. His passing is so underrated.
And
really
that shot that hit the post in the first half.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
was
that
deflected,
deflected
right?
shot
He
hit the
almost
post.
got that.
Well, this is
Even
the thing.
after that deflection, he hit it so hard, and with the spin on the ball, it still almost went in.
So this is what I love with the injury to Bentancur. When it's Højbjerg and Skip, Højbjerg seems to go more advanced and Skip plays a holding. But when it's Sarr, Højbjerg plays a sit-in and Sarr goes a bit more forward. I am giving Højbjerg, it's tied between a 7 or 8. I'm going to go 7.
Fair enough. Coobs.
Oh, Højbjerg. Yeah, I think he was sort of overshadowed by Skip, and if Skip's get a 10, then obviously it's a 0 for Højbjerg.
Oh, okay.
Fair's fair. Separate my ratings.
0 or 10.
So sorry, Brian. I forgot your score at the end of that.
7 for
Seven.
He
Højbjerg.
said 7. He said 7.
Or
Thank
Højbjerg.
And has the Hodgebjerg.
Hodgebjerg gets a 7. Yeah, hit the post, pretty solid. And yeah, he hasn't really put a foot wrong since Bentancur's got injured. So yeah, another sort of. I think he's better than Davies, but I'm very hard pressed. He can't give halves. I would give a 7.5, but I can't give halves on this.
You can give halves. You can give halves.
7.5 then. 7.5.
Yeah, you can give halves.
Yes, no problem. I'm just going to ignore the half.
Yeah. All right, that's okay. Okay, 7.5 then. You can ignore the half.
Yeah, you can give whatever you want. Like we told you from the beginning, Kuva's going to mark it the way he wants to.
I gave you the options of 0.3s or 0.7s, and you turned them down. So that's.
Let's go with 0.5. Okay, whatever you want.
0.5 sitting on the fence, isn't it, between two numbers? At least with 0.3 or 0.7, you're edging towards one side.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's just you know what?
In fact, I think I'm docking both of you 0.7.
It's what it is, Coovs. The real problem is these kids nowadays. They're having a hard time committing.
It is.
You know, pick one side of the fence. Don't sit on the fence, Has. Pick a side, man. Pick a side. There you go. See? Even Ben's calling you a fence sitter. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
If Ben is saying it's unacceptable, that's it.
Yes.
Don't make Ben... Shit, man. Benny's going to ban you, dude. Don't make him bring out his ban hammer. He loves that thing. Loves that thing. But can he ban somebody on the panel, though? Hey, it's Ben. He can do what he wants, can't he?
Yeah.
All right.
We don't say no to Ben over here. We don't say no to Ben here.
Nice on you guys.
They're nice yet again.
Nice.
What did Mr. Gold say? What was
Mr. Gold said? He gave him an 8. The gold standard was an 8. Yeah. But in the comments here, Scott said he was only a 5. Wasn't awful, but didn't do anything decent.
As usual.
As usual. I personally think he did really well in terms of just his defensive responsibilities of making sure that he stayed in front of that back line and didn't let any gaps get created. You know, so I definitely thought he
solid sort of Højbjerg performance, wasn't it? It was just did what was necessary.
Exactly. On to the next one. Kulu, sexy skiing.
Well, let's start with Has this time, please.
I'm giving Kulusevski an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think
really?
I think his performance today was actually like really good. He was twisting and turning those defenders on that side. He's creating a lot of space for Emerson to do his thing as well. And a lot of just interchange with the 3. I thought he was really important to that. I think a lot of people will kind of underrate his performance today. But I really liked what he did today. I thought it was really tidy. He was really good. And yeah, I'll give him an 8. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ryan, do you agree with that ridiculous assessment? Or
so I think you and me may have different options with the next person we're going to do on the other side, because I think
we're going to be like falling out
after. We'll be having words, mate.
I think Kulusevski started off well, but really faded. I think he really faded. Listen, you got to remember as well, we've set such high standards, or Kulusevski set such high standards for himself. And since the return for the World Cup, he has not looked himself at all. Today started off better, but I expected more from him. And I'm really toying between a 6 and a 7. I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Kulusevski a 6. Listen, he was better than what he has been. He's just not himself at the moment. So if he continued the way he started, it would have been a 7, but he faded again. So I'm going to give him a 6.
Do you think that we rushed him back from injury?
100 billion%.
Yeah.
Not like us, is it?
Oh well, no, we don't do that every year, do we? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought Kulusevski, his strength and his fitness were back. Strength most noticeably. He was knocking a few people off the ball quite comfortably, which is always to be commended, especially when it's Chelsea. Pity he didn't put them in the stands and really hurt them, but he would have got 100 out of 10 then. I think his match fitness has come back. He was full of running, looks sharp, but there's no magic in his game at the moment. There's no special little moments of creativity happening. It's like it's a different player since he's come back. It does fit in with him not being fit, doesn't it? So clearly a 10 out of 10.
Clearly. Easily.
Deserves more, in fact. In fact, I'm giving him 14, I think.
Lots of 7s here. Scott gave him a 4, of course, which is a 12 to normal people. So what is it? He's here. He's right here, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to show, dude. Yeah. Do I just sit here with my headset on for fun? No, not you, honey. Brian said something.
Oh, of course. Why? Yeah, of course, me. Of course.
Brian, yeah.
Well, she doesn't know Kuva and Haz as well as she knows you. Right? So it's only fair. It's only
surely
fair.
they should get the blame.
I guess that would have made more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm up for that. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay. I got you. Okay, that makes sense. Are we on to the rating then? We got the
we
numbers.
are.
We are. And Kulusevski got a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On to this guy, Harold
Kane.
Kaneni.
I'll go first on this one then. Harry Kane. He was always there for the ball out from defence. Very little coming from creativity coming from Richarlison, who put in a big solid work shift, but not a lot else. Kulusevski not on his game. It was pretty much Kane was our attacking option the whole game. It was just looking for other people to come and join him occasionally. Good to see he got on the score sheet at the end. Took the goal well in finding that bit of space. That's what a goal scorer should be doing. I thought he had a pretty solid game. So I gave him nothing because it was nothing more than I expect more than that. Should have been a hat trick at least.
Much more.
Oh, in fact,
at least a hat trick. Unbelievable.
-0. Yeah, no hat trick, no score. So, Brian, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, Kane, I'm giving him a 7. He started off so brightly, especially when he nutmegged Reece James and took someone else on and would have had a shot, but it was blocked. I think his hold-up play was terrific. It really was. And obviously got the goal, but he was quiet. His passing wasn't as fluid as it normally is, but his hold-up play, because he had to change his game. Silva and Koulibaly, he's not blessed with pace, so he had to adapt his game for this and make the space. And he did, and he had one chance, one goal, and Harry Kane does what Harry Kane does. So yeah, a 7.
Fair enough.
Nice. Haz?
I'm giving Kane an 8 for that. I thought it was pretty good from him. I I think he had maybe 2 or 3 shots the whole game. He took his goal. I don't know if you guys remember. You know when the North London derby under Pochettino, the first one, he scored a very similar goal. Off the free kick, came in. I can't remember who headed it on, and he scored a very similar goal for the equaliser.
I thought it was more like his first goal against Arsenal from the corner in the 2-1 when he scored the winning header.
Oh no, it wasn't like that. You know the one when he taps in off the corner. Anyway, I give him an 8. I thought it wasn't his best game, but with Kane, you guaranteed to get something out of him. So, and I thought he was better than people like maybe Højbjerg and others around him. So I've given him an 8.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's almost like you watched the game, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Are we supposed to watch the games?
Yeah, I know. I'll find out.
That's why I have such a hard time coming on these shows and talking about it.
I'll give you a tip. Okay. I'll save you half the workload. The tip is tune in at half time.
Okay, but do you have to stay awake for the whole game?
Yeah, forget the first half. So just
what was it? We scored in the second half. What, 12 seconds in, like 30 seconds in, basically, right? So
yeah, something like that.
You know, it was fantastic, right? So, did we get everybody's numbers there, Koof? Sorry, I'm choppy over here. So,
we've got everybody's numbers. Just looking through the chat. Even Scott M's giving Kane a 7. That's
wow, that's high for Scott.
What? Yeah, Tot Spurs is giving him a 7 as well here as well, and Nippon gave him a 10. Well, very generous. He's buttering him up. Carl says he's buttering him up. Now you can't have him though. You can't have him, Nippon. Scott said no, but Ali did give him an 8.
Okay,
same as what I said actually. Yeah.
So he did give him an 8. So we are on to our last player in the player ratings for the gold standard. On to Mr. Richie Rich himself. Bob gave Kanander Japala a 7 as well. Yeah. So Ben gave him a 7 as well. Yeah. So on to Richie. Haz, you want to start with this one? Where do you want to go?
I'm probably going to offend everyone on the chat on this panel. I'll give Richarlison a 9 for that. I thought he was brilliant today.
You thought he was brilliant? Okay.
On both sides. Even when he played on the right, I thought he put in a brilliant performance. He had a few shots as well. I think it's the best game I've seen Richarlison play for Tottenham today. And I just hope we keep playing him and he can keep carrying on this way and getting better. And he can get a couple goals on Wednesday, get on the score sheet as well. And I was really, really encouraged by the performance today from Richarlison. I thought he was brilliant.
Just 2 shocking things for myself here in the comments. Sorry to interrupt your Coos, but I had to bring this up. First off, Bob's only giving his boo-boo a 5.
Okay,
shocking. That's shocking, and this is shocking to me. Do you all know why this one's shocking to me? Because it's 11:39 p.m. and Paddy Hartnett is still awake on a Sunday night.
That's that is
way to go, Paddy.
That is shocking, and even more shocking that he's able to watch this show while trying to stay awake.
Yeah, exactly. This is why he tunes in, isn't it? For his nap time. Scott M. Wow, this is the Scott I know.
He hates Richarlison. So
I know. Scott doesn't hate anybody. Scott's just, he's just Scott. Just
Scott, isn't he?
Scott, man. He just gives his opinion the way all we do. And you know what? I got to appreciate Scott's. The one thing about Scott is you got to appreciate the fact that it's just,
he's brutal,
blunt,
isn't he?
Brutal, blunt honesty, man. No bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? And I can appreciate somebody like him because I'm the happy clapper, a complete opposite person. So, you know what I mean? You need people like that.
Evens out,
bring people like me back to earth, right? And say, you idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, right? So, fair enough. But
I only hate Bobby K. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, we know that, Scott. We know that. Yeah, you and Paddy have your own Hate Bobby K club going. We know that.
Right. Brian, Richarlison.
Yeah, he's getting a 7 from me. I think he was there to antagonise Chelsea, wind them up, and put a shift in. And boy, did he. I don't think someone would have been able to put in the kind of position defensively that he did. He may have been able to do better attacking-wise. But Richarlison had a job to do today. Like we talk about Højbjerg and everyone doing the donkey work and they don't get the credit. yes, we want to see more goals from Rishi. Yes, he needs to start contributing. But today, his work rate, his overall play, like I said, offensively, it was nothing great. But what he did for the team needs to be commended. And I thought when Haz gave Kulu, what did you give him, an 8? When I thought we were going to argue over Richie, I thought you were going to give him a poor grade or marking. And I thought I was going to go. That's what I was worried about. But I think he had a job to do today, and I think Stellini only took him off when he made that late tackle that was late and quite bad. And thought, oh, wait a minute, he could be losing his head here. We're 2-0 up. Off he comes.
What I noticed today, though, so I just forgot to add, he linked up really well with Kane, I thought, personally. Yeah.
He's got to work on his first touch. His first touch is like he's got bouncy castles as football boots.
I know. His first touch is the best.
Yeah, but to be fair, how do we expect this guy to be consistently good when we're giving him moments in games? This is the second time in a row that he's finally got to actually start a game and play a significant amount of time in there. So how do we expect him to come into a team, gel, have some chemistry with other players, understand what's going on out there when he's not getting it in game time? We don't know what's happening in training, but
Graham Potter would have had him purring like an engine by now, wouldn't he? Without doubt.
Harry Potter, maybe.
Yeah, for me, he worked his socks off. I love that about him. He upsets the opposition a lot of the time. He upsets our fans a lot of the time as well. Let's be fair, but he's rarely sort of completely frozen out of the game. He gets himself involved physically somehow. There was a couple of little instances where he thought, oh yeah, that could have led to something that would have been good. The nice little 1-2s he did on the edge of the box at one point. I think he was unlucky not to get a free kick or something. Ended up as a corner after he had a shot. Yeah, I think that was nice little touches, but it's not enough after all. So clearly the greatest player on the pitch for most of the match. I scored him -44 for tactical reasons.
-44.
Strictly for tactical reasons, though. It was because I'm making a desperate attempt to win the game by cheating on the last round. I'm guessing that it might tally up with Ali Gold's score, because I'm going to think he's going to rate him as 7.
Yeah, that's probably a solid 7 for Ali. Yeah,
yeah, get in there. That means
get in there. That's it.
That's it. I've won.
You won. I've won. Way to go, Kang!
Easy
win.
All you need to do is do the scoring yourself, and then it's all very good. Actually, if we unbelievably so on this little fiercely fought contest, you both ended up 9 points away from where Ali Gold had rated the players overall.
We got our first draw.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the first draw. Yeah.
First draw. Wow. Well done.
If I'm honest, I would have been on -54 at this point. But it's no, sorry, -51. Sorry, but yeah. So it was. Let's move on.
Stuart's asking if I can make him a rocker. I don't know. Does he mean like a rock star, or does he want me to like?
He's about Richarlison to make him a rock star or something.
Maybe he thinks you're a good carpenter. You do like.
I was going to say, do you want me to make him a chair or something?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't get it, Stuart. I don't get it. I could get you an Uber. Roy gave him a 6.95. Now, okay. Tie-break question. Actually, we do have a tie-break question that's just come in from one of our lovely people that is in the show sometimes and always supporting us. And I think it's a good one, Kuva, and we should use this as our tiebreaker for our 2 panelists.
Okay, let's go for it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Are we talking? It depends if he's talking both times.
Combined. How many days was I in a coma?
Okay.
Right? So how many days was effectively in? Now I get it. Stuart. A bit slow over here.
I'm going to say 47.
47, okay. Haz?
I'm saying 60.
60.
Yeah.
All right. Bob, I seriously hope you're still in the comments because me and Kuba don't know the answer to this. So you're going to have to actually send us the actual answer. So hopefully we'll get that before the end of the show. We can find out if you do actually even get the tiebreaker. So, yeah, big up Paul. Paul G's in the house as well here.
I was closest.
Closest, yeah? Oh, 38.
No,
38.
I don't know if he's counting the December the 16th to Christmas Eve as well in that.
Bob's doing his own math as well, the way Kuva does the points on the show.
Roy
Now,
got 80.
We are at the hour and 15-minute mark. We said we're going to do an hour and a half. We did have 2 more talking points. Do you want to give them just a quick 30 seconds on the talking points, Coos, or should we go straight to...
I think we barely got time to do them. The main event.
Let's just get to the main event. We know what time.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up now! It's game time.
There it is. Everybody's favorite clip in the YouTube community. My man over here being so beautiful, making Vanna White look like shit. For those of you who don't know Vanna White, she's the little white lady on Wheel of Fortune that flips the letters and has been doing it for about 218 years now and has nothing on this beautiful Norwegian Scandinavian sex spot here. Absolutely nothing. Boys, it is time for Spot the Bull. It is a very simple game. Since you are new to this, Brian already knows it. I still will break it down for those of you in the chat that might never have watched before. Kuva here is going to give you 3 questions in 3 different rounds. In the first round, he's going to give you 3 stories, not 3 questions.
3 stories.
3 stories. One of the stories is true. One of the stories was made up by that beautiful Scandinavian sex pot right there. And one was made up by this madman over here. So after you hear all the 3 stories in the round, you will have to determine which one is made up by this dude, which one is made up by Mr. Beautiful himself over here, and which one some reporter actually wrote in real life. So you have the opportunity to win 9 points overall, 3 points in each round. So gentlemen, are you ready for Spot the Bull?
Yep, I have 12 minutes precisely.
12 minutes. First story.
Right. First story. Woman killed by beach umbrella. July 1979, as 30-year-old Paulette Faber was sunbathing on a beach at Roquebrune, Arkansas. Roquebrune, or wherever, somewhere in France, could be anything. She was suddenly stabbed through the chest by a beach umbrella that plummeted out of the sky, killing her instantly. The umbrella had been lifted into the air by a sudden gust of wind. So that's the first story, just somebody getting killed by a beach umbrella. Second story is the killer deck chair. July 1976, Scarborough, England, witnessed a tragedy in the middle of one of the hottest summers on record. 67-year-old Fred Thorne spent the first few hours of his seaside vacation enjoying the local beers. Extremely drunk and to the amusement of many onlookers, he then ventured onto the beach and attempted to assemble his deck chair. After a few minutes of swearing and shouting, he gave up and did a forward dive, presumably for comic effect for the benefit of onlookers, into his partially assembled mess. Sadly for Fred, the wooden frame wasn't only strong enough to break his fall, but also strong enough to break his neck. He passed away within minutes. So that's the second story, like killing himself with a deck chair. Thirdly is the magic lifeguard. Summer of 2004 saw a rise in magic mushroom consumption amongst teens in Long Beach, California. The mushrooms would give the teens a hallucinogenic high, and they were readily available in the streets. A group of lifeguards at Philip Tynes Recreational Centre decided they would get a bag of mushrooms to consume after their shift. 6 lifeguards proceeded to consume copious amounts of the so-called magic mushrooms and decided they would test their mermaid skills. All of them attempted to hold their breath as long as possible at the bottom of the pool. Unfortunately, 2 of them did not resurface for air. The teenagers were pronounced dead on the scene from drowning. So that's it. That's the first batch of 3 stories. You're going to work out which one's true, which one's Bobby's fake story, and which one's my fake story.
Very simple.
Yeah, we'll go with Brian first then. Woman killed by beach umbrella.
I'm gonna go. That's legit.
You're
Okay.
saying this is true?
Yep.
And Haz.
I think that's Bobby.
Okay. Then we are on to Killer Deck Chair. Haz again.
I think that's real. I think that's not BS.
Okay. And Brian.
Hoover. That's
Okay.
you.
And then for the third one, which by default would mean
Me, Bobby.
I'm saying Coover for this one, Magic Lifeguards.
okay. We'll find out. Well, no, let's just give the answers. We haven't got a lot of time, have we?
No, let's just go right through it right now. So in the first round, actually, we are out to a big commanding lead as Brian swept the board, going 3 for 3. Brian got all 3 correct.
The beach umbrella story was the true one.
This is true.
The Killer Deck Chair was indeed my story, and the Magic Lifeguard was Bobby's story.
There we go. So Haz, you're down 3-0 already from the first round. 6 points still on the board available. Let's get to round 2.
So, to be honest, Haz, I don't know why you turned up tonight.
This is the kind of performance you were going to put in on your debut, man. We wouldn't ask you to come.
I mean, I'm playing like Eric Dyer, so it's all right, isn't it?
Wow.
Here we go. Right, round
there goes
2.
your episode of Off the Pitch with the kids.
Yeah.
Round 2 we go then. Cargo. In Genoa, Italy, 1971, Giuseppe Amato decided he would take himself and his family and migrate to America. Giuseppe's wife and 4 children would take the voyage together by boat to New York from the port of Genoa. Giuseppe decided in an effort to save money, they would take the family vehicle with them so they had a vehicle to use in America. Unfortunately, Giuseppe was very frugal and decided that he would ride in the trunk of the vehicle in an effort to save money. Although the idea did save them some money, unfortunately it would cost Giuseppe his life. He suffocated in the trunk of the car. The sadder part is that experts said he would have passed away in hours, but he would not be found until that he had passed in hours, but he would not be found until 2 days into the journey when his wife attempted to go sneak him some food.
Oh, nice.
So
2 days the wife waited. What a wonderful wife.
Yeah,
absolutely. Second story is the luggage rack rider rescued by police. August 1977, after leading police on a chase for several miles through the streets of LA at speeds of over 70 miles an hour, Mary Jane Williams finally came to stop and explained to officers that she hadn't pulled over immediately when she heard their sirens because she had mistaken the sound of the screams of her boyfriend who was clinging to the roof. He'd leapt up after she had driven away without him following an argument. He was uninjured, though. So that's the second story. They didn't pull over.
Well, thankfully, it's the first one that hasn't died.
Yeah, yes. Well,
it's the first
we'll
story,
work on it.
We're not done yet.
And finally, air fresco. June 1953, a passenger on board a flight from Vienna felt the call of nature and politely asked the man sitting next to him which way the toilet was, as he'd recently returned from using the facilities. His fellow passenger, laughing and jokingly, said to him that it was an economy flight and they still used outhouses located on the wings. Minutes later, a commotion was heard and horrified passengers saw a young man flash past their windows in the blink of an eye. Although it would be highly unlikely to happen in today's safety-conscious world, in the 1950s it was far less uncommon for people to open exterior doors on flights despite the warnings. So that's the second story. The man caught short believed
that's the third one, isn't it?
That was the third one. Yeah,
third one. Sorry,
the third one. Yeah,
that's the man being caught short and believed that the toilets were outside toilets. So here we go with this. This time has to go first. The cargo story. The man dying in the trunk of the car.
I'm saying that's real.
You're saying that was true. Okay.
Brian.
Bobby.
Okay. And secondly, onto the luggage rack rider rescued by the police. Brian.
Real.
Okay, and Haz.
Bobby.
Okay.
We should both go for Google at the end.
And that leaves at the end Fresco, the man dying to use the toilet. That's what.
And then Brian says this one is Kuva's, and then this one Haz, you're saying is true, right?
No, it's Kuva's.
Because we're both left with Kuva. So.
Oh, right. You said the first one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so.
Okay.
Well, not bad, not bad. A better round, but Brian's figuring shit out here, man. I don't like this, Coops. I don't like this because Brian went 3 for 3 again.
He has.
Brian went 3 for 3 again. You got 1 point, Haz. You got 1 point, Haz. You did get the Kuva one correct. Unfortunately, the first story, the cargo one, is one that I made up. This is the true story where the police pulled over the lady that had the gentleman screaming from the top of his car. And Air Fresco is from the beautiful mind of that guy right there. So,
although that's
those are quite similar, not that similar, but they're quite similar stories, I think.
Guys, I'm just going bathroom. I'm just going bathroom, but I'm going to be listening to the stories, so I'll be back. Okay.
You'll be back to answer. No, all right, perfect.
All right. Okay.
Right. Third
round.
Well, Brian's having a little.
Should we tell Haz the answer since Brian's not here for this round that we. At least he can finish it with.
Yeah, but he's listening, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Brian, don't look.
Brian, don't listen. Oh wait.
Okay, we'll start off. Bus start. March 1985. Officials in St. Louis, or St. Louis, it should be, I suppose, feeling that the term bus stop conveyed too many negative notions, decided to install 1,800 new bus start signs throughout the city. They expressed confidence that this positivity would attract more riders. A year and a half later, conceding that most people were simply confused by the new wording, they returned to using the more traditional bus stop signs. So that's the first one, trying to reintroduce a more positive way of saying bus stop. Second story, takeoff in comfort. October 1980. A New Orleans bus company was forced to recall many buses and change the advertising on the vehicle's rear ends. Although fiercely proud of the history and traditions associated with the state's world-renowned Southern Comfort whiskey, local authorities decided that a picture of a bus driver holding up a shot glass while driving was highly unethical.
Unbelievable.
So that's the bad advertising on the back of the bus. And the third story is busted. As recently as 2022, the Toronto Transit Commission had to. You could have made it less obvious, unless it's a fake. By me.
Oh, I put the whole name.
As recently as 2022, the Toronto Transit Commission had to come and send several apologies to the community for what was clearly a bad judgment call from someone in the media department. Marijuana had recently been legalized in the province of Ontario, and local marijuana dispensers were opening up everywhere. One of the government-sanctioned stores, called the Happy Toka, got an exclusive contract to advertise on TTC streetcars and buses. The ads were quickly removed as several complaints were received. Advertising marijuana by a company that has strict anti-drug and alcohol policies was considered to be sending the wrong message to the public. So there we go.
Proves, yeah, because Brian would have probably seen this. Yeah, I didn't think about that because he's from Toronto. Shit. Yeah.
Or did somebody spend ages for digging out some Canadian stories for this show?
That's true too. You never know. So start it off, buddy. We're at bus start.
Yeah. So Brian, what should we go? Bus start. Change the bus start instead of bus stop, and then decided it's a bad idea and went back again.
Hoover.
Okay. And Haz.
I'm going Kuva for this one as well.
What are you two saying? Oh, okay. Right. Second story. Take off in comfort. That's the Southern Comfort advertising on the back of a bus showing the driver drinking from a shot glass. Decided it was a bit unethical, so they got rid of it.
Stupid.
Haz.
I'm saying it's real.
Okay. And Brian.
Yeah, I'm really torn now because obviously the next part's Toronto, but I know weed became more legal earlier than 2022. So weed hadn't just become legal.
When did the dispensary start opening, and when did the government give the licenses?
Yeah, because I always keep on top of that of all Canadian news. I'm a regular Oh man, I'm so. Oh, I'm gonna fall for
Licenses.
Bobby.
Remember
So
that lottery was done last year, Brian.
I'm gonna fall for Bobby's. He's gone fishing, so I am gonna say that this is Bobby's.
God damn, more time wasting than Kepper.
Unbelievable.
Right. And then the third story, which is
True.
the Busted one.
Yeah.
Which I'm going through.
I think it's Bobby K because that's what I've got left anyway. So.
Well, you've got no choice. You've made your other choices. So you've only got
yeah,
the one.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr.
So,
Bobby.
yeah. Well, guys, I can tell you,
See you next week.
that we'll see you next week. Yeah, thanks for joining us. In this round, Brian scored a big fat 0, so that makes me feel good.
Right, I
Right?
was going for a 9.
Haz was able to get a 1 point in there, so he does finish off, gains a bit of respectability, trying to come back into the game. But unfortunately, Brian had too big of a lead, so we will finish this one off with a 6-2 Mr. Brian Dagul victory. The bus start story.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Go.
No, go. All right. The bus start story is in fact the true one.
What?
They actually tried. They actually tried it because it was more positive sounding. Typical Americans, isn't it? Got to be positivity.
Yeah.
The takeoff in Comfort, the Southern Comfort advertising on the back of the bus, that is indeed my fake story.
Thank you, Ben.
Of course, the Busted one, the Toronto Transit Commission. Of course, it's Bobby K's.
But you
that
know
was
what?
A big giveaway. I felt it was Bobby's as soon as he started.
Yeah.
No, but that's what made Brian question it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell for it
Because it was legit. Because believe it or not, something along these lines actually happened here, Has.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
It does surprise me it's America, Canada. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, marijuana is
legal in some states, right? Isn't it? Yeah.
There's actually not us, but there's a neighboring city's bus company that actually did advertise local dispensaries.
Sneaky. But Bob, listen, on that note, I've got to go.
We know you got to go. Just shut yourself up really quickly there before you head out.
Yeah, I can see that Ben's already done it. You can find us at Tottenham. You can find us at Tottenham on tour. I'll be recording another Cockerel Doodle Doo ready to go out on Tuesday, and hopefully we'll do a couple of live shows this week. But always a pleasure to be with my brother Bobby, my brother Kuva, my brother HazSpur. And what other way can I leave by saying, and as always, Levy out.
And just like that, he's gone. No, he's still here.
Oh, he's not.
No, he's not.
He just can't leave.
There you go. And you heard the man. The link is in the chat for those of you who have not clicked on over there for some mad reason. Haz, thank you for joining us for your debut show, sir. I know it's we have to be a little bit quick with the wrap up here today because people got some commitments today to get to. But why don't you let everybody know where they can find you? Your link is in the chat as well. So get over, guys. Give Haz the sub, please.
Yeah, HazSpur TV. Also, you want to follow me on the socials at HazSpur92. So it's quite similar. It's basically the same. Also, please subscribe to this channel, Bobby K, good friend, and King Kuva, and obviously Mr. Brian Dagul. And yeah, I'll have a video out tomorrow morning just talking about the Chelsea game, and then I'm going live on Wednesday and Thursday. So yeah, see you guys soon.
Brilliant stuff, buddy. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on,
no, really great to have you on, man.
Yeah,
it's good. You had a laugh and everything. You're a good sport, man. So thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time. I know it's late over there, but don't run away. We'll be with you in a second here. We'll just say goodbye to our handful of people that for some reason are still watching.
Better effort next time, Haz.
We'll make it better. Yeah, seriously, 2 points. But next time I'll feed you
some more research into history and stuff.
Look at you. Got to really you got to research a bit more into your bullshit news stories. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do my homework.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll be with you in a second. Okay. Don't run away.
Right.
Big up, Haz. That's it for us, Coofs. That's it. Another episode done. We'll be back in 2 weeks, folks. So for those of you who don't know, we are going to a bi-weekly show now. So we'll be back every few weeks. We want to leave you guys thirsting for more because I know when I don't see Kuva for a week, I miss him. But when I don't see him for 2 weeks, it's like Preet City. So I want you people to feel the same thing I do. And now that you've met Teddy, I know you're all aching, especially the ladies out there. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button for the kids. For me or anything else I can try to use to get more views and subscribers to the channel. I will be buying a puppy, a goldfish, a hamster, and a guinea pig for future shows. There's a baby goat on the way as well. We're going for baby go. And I've looked into the whole bull thing, but unfortunately there is some seriously weird laws in this country. You can't own a bull in a residential home.
Terrible.
But you can smoke weed on the streets.
Damn you, Daniel Levy.
Damn. And as you said that, look what Benny's put. Look what Benny's put.
There we go.
The man himself. Thank you, Benny. You are awesome. Thanks for putting the links in the chat for us as well. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. And that's it for us today. That's it, Koofs. That's it.
That's it. Enjoy.
We'll see you next time. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you.